Alright guys, so brung Scotty up here to the Forest City, North Carolina, about an hour from where we are in Asheville, to get parts for his bike, the new one, and to pick up the blue mule. And look at this cluster fucking here. Got a lot of Evos though, a lot of beautiful bikes. I got that twin bike right here. I got the twin to that one at the house. It's a long story behind it. And then here, beautiful FXR. Another FXR that's been done up. Got the big chopper here. Big chopper, guys. It's all got the Evo stuff on it. And we got Scotty over here getting stuff ready to take back with us.
I can store stuff here at Ron's. He's like, I can keep stuff here as long as I want. Motorcycles, and it never goes anywhere. He's a chronic rat packer, but it's not a good place to work on the stuff.
We'll show you
what. The shop's too small. You ain't gonna see the inside because he's not here, and he's just got it packed full of shit. So I work on it at the other place.
Over in Asheville.
Over at Asheville, yeah, at Jody's, that's a good place to work on it because Jody's totally anal retentive. He's got every tool, he knows where it is, and everything's in its proper place. He's just totally that way.
And that's an actual bike shop. Jody's is.
So is Ron's here, but he's like not that organized.
It's Mountain Cycle Works is
walking through
where Jody's at.
Walking through here, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, look at this place.
And we'll show you Jody's shop, and we'll show you the parts when we get over there. Let you guys take a look at what he's going to be doing. Got old Scotty on the blue mule, getting it, boy. Running 80 miles an hour like nothing on that old girl. That wind is strong. Look at her dance. I'm up here with Scotty.
Yeah.
In Asheville here, Swananoa. At Jody's shop. And took him over to get his parts today from Ron's place.
And the power's out here for some reason in this whole part of town. But Ron's got that big barn. I can store bike there. I can store stuff there as long as I want. But it's not a good place to work on my bike. This shop is much better for that.
Yeah.
But they're like 50 miles apart.
Yep. So I took him over, picked up this, picked up the blue mule, picked up the parts for this bike, and followed him back over here to drop the parts off, and gonna go from there.
But the other one, it's got a bit more power, and I like that 6-speed, and I'm used to it. This one doesn't squeak or rattle. But that bike, I'm not one of these guys who's all excited about getting new stuff. This one's cool and all, because they all do the same thing. But that bike's like your favorite old t-shirt.
The blue mule?
Yeah, you don't want to give up, the one you don't want to give up till it falls off your back. This one's for when that one falls off my back, and that one's been starting to have a lot of trouble.
So what are we doing to this one here to make it yours, to make it what you want?
I gotta put these aftermarket, these headlights I bought, and they didn't have LEDs. These things are worthless. I forgot how bad stock headlights are.
Yeah, they're crap.
I set at a swap meet, brand new. I don't know if you saw them. I'll show them to you. I gotta change this windshield. I wanna put handlebars. I always put higher handlebars. Everybody hates bagger handlebars. Most everybody does. That's a pain in the ass of a job, and I'm going to change a couple things in the wiring. I want to be able to turn off the headlights. So I'm going to do a couple things like that. The dashboards on these things, always the lights go out. These dashboards have issues, and they're wired. I'm going to wire them so that they'll go off with the headlights, because I don't usually use the headlights in the day, and that's about it. That's all I'm doing to it. I'm going to put the shocks off that one on this when I start riding this, and that's it. That's it. Ain't gonna do nothing to the motor. It's gonna leave it stock. They tell me you can't tune these fuel injectors. That one just has a lot more security, because if the spark quits on it, there's a whole ignition system on there. If the spark quits, you can fix it in a parking lot. And carburetors very rarely have problems unless they sit with gas in them. And if they do, they're not hard to fix. So like, when that one breaks, you can always get it running again.
EFI, you wind up with plugged injectors, everything else.
I've never had it before. It is smoother. It's supposed to be better than the altitude. I'm going to find out about that. This has got cruise control on it too. Everybody seems to love their cruise control. I've never had it. We'll see if I get addicted to it. But yeah, that's the difference. In my world, there's a lot of security, because all your breakdowns are somewhere.
And you're normally in the middle of nowhere when it happens.
All are, every one of them. You know, and you can't get your buddy with the truck to bring it back to your house and put it in the garage. So there's a lot of security in it, being able to. And guys call me sometimes and they'll ask me what bike I think they should get. They want to get an old one like mine. I'm like, if you don't work on it yourself, don't bother. You know, you wouldn't be happy with the performance isn't as good as the new bikes. And you know, if you're using it under normal use, you're going to have it in the shop now and then to have stuff done to it. When I use this under normal use around town and stuff don't really break. When I start traveling all over the place, it does. And but if you're using it like I do, or if you want to be able, if you're taking a lot of long trips on it, or if you want to be able to fix it yourself, the old one's the way to go. The new stuff doesn't compare to it. You know, the guys come by me, they got these fast bikes, big motors, nice stereos, they come by, but they don't think about this. When I see them broken down, they got a long horse face. Like, what do I do now? They need a cell phone, a tow truck. Here's a perfect example, is Whip's bike just broke down recently. They were in Big Bend. Is it Big Bend? That's that place in Texas, that national park down there. I forget the name of it. Broke down there. It lost the spark. They had to rent a U-Haul truck. They got and it was 3 days in a hotel, and whatever the cost was to get to whatever the cost was. I had a very similar problem in Virginia once in the parking lot of a Dairy Queen, and I got it working there. Right?
Yep.
I would have fixed that problem. So it mostly eliminates. I've only been broken a couple times where I needed a ride. I broke a belt, you know. One time I broke a belt half a mile from a buddy of mine's house. I turned around, pushed it back there, and put it in his garage, put another belt on it. I've got a spare belt in this saddlebag. That time, did I have one? I think I did. Anyway, so yeah, but this one rides real nice. It looks real nice. I'm not going to do anything to it. It's too new. But that one was new when I got it too. And when it starts to have its issues, I'm going to change it. These old fuel injection systems, this is the first year of them, they only controlled the spark in the carburetor's job. They weren't tied into the rest of the bike, so they can be changed. Whereas these days, the computer's tied into everything, including the blinkers, and I don't know, I probably hooked into the rider control module, and well, I don't know, whatever they got, right?
Right. Well, like you said, you know, you and I and others, we're Evo guys. It's got the Evo on it. That's a damn good engine.
They're not as powerful, but they're your bike. You can, if you're the guy who takes care of it yourself, that's the one to have.
Yep.
The early twin cams aren't too bad. They didn't seem to really get into the high-tech stuff until, what somebody told me, 2010, 2009 or something, started going that way. But you could get a carburetor on a twin cam up till 06.
Yeah,
through these Evo years, this 95 first year of the fuel injection, you could order it with carb or fuel injection. You get either way.
Yeah.
Up until 06.
Yep. I remember.
So.
Yeah. And this here, I mean, what's nice about this bike is, man, it's what we call unmolested, you know.
It is.
It means nobody's done anything to it. They didn't cut this and cut that and put chrome this and chrome that and, you know.
Bone stock.
It's
stock mufflers.
The way it came from the factory is the way this is today. The miles around 17,000 on it, you know, when he bought it.
Original.
Yeah, I mean, and it's garage kept. So
I think all the guy ever did was polish it and start it once in a while. The mule came with problems. The mule came with problems from molestation. I had some serious stuff I had to fix.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Qualified to do what they had done.
Yep. That's the problem when you get something that's been chopped up, customized, molested. You're inheriting somebody else's problem most of the time, and you don't know what you're getting. And
we all molest our Harleys.
Yes.
So, but I'll do my own, and on this, when it comes time, when I end up having to yank this fuel injection system, I might put a cam in it or something, just a bolt-in touring cam.
Yeah.
That's about it. And I'm qualified to do that kind of thing.
All right, brother. I'll see you over there. Over to Jody's shop.
Let's see these jigs.
What do we got?
Look at that. I picked these up at a swap meet for 40 bucks. Look at that. It's got the 2 side lights too. Look at, they're brand new in the box.
And how much did you give?
40 bucks.
Wow.
Ain't that a great deal? I was like, yeah, I'll take them. And of course, whatever it cost me to send them here was probably another 15.
Yeah, but that's cheap, man. That's a steal.
Yeah, these things were like 250 bucks, man.
Yeah, LED
I got
headlights.
that. I bought this, but I don't know if it's going to work.
That's going to make a difference.
What do we got in here? Oh, I bought a pulley. I give 30 bucks for this. I've got a few of these. Because it's in perfect condition. Perfect.
Yeah.
I couldn't not buy it. I'm just a sucker for a good pulley. Yeah. I don't even know.
Well, they'll wear down. Them teeth, they wear down.
Look at this. I bought this for 30 bucks.
Oh, a nice cooler. Yeah.
But it's off like a newer bike, and Ron's not, because this goes in where your oil filter is.
Yeah.
But it's off a twin cam. He's not sure if it'll fit on this. So this was a $30 gamble. But what do they get for an oil cooler? They're like hundreds of dollars.
Depending on the one it is, yeah. So you can't.
Oh man, I've gone and looked at them.
You can't beat that. That was a steal of a deal.
So I had to get those. I wasn't gonna spend any money. I ended up spending 70 or 90 bucks or something.
Yep. And then you got the handlebar, and then you got the handlebars.
Ron gave me the handlebars. Ron gave me these. They're used, but they're not bent.
And you got your new windshield you're going to put on.
I'm going to cut it.
Right.
I'm going to make it the same as the one on the mule. I'm going to take the one off the mule and put it on here. When I do that, I'm going to make a video showing how I do it. Because
and that'll be on the
spend
scooter.
a lot of money on these.
And that'll be on the Scooter Tramp Scotty
and then they don't
channel.
Like it, and they spend a lot of money on another one.
And then you got the.
I want that getting messed up and put it back there.
This is the. That's for the front forks, right?
That's actually got a set of gold valves in it and springs that go with them.
To help it run better. Ride better, I mean.
The old bikes had air forks.
Right.
And the reservoir was the handlebars.
Yep.
And when I change the handlebars, I'm going to lose the reservoir. And the air forks, they didn't keep using them. They had a tendency not to hold air for that long. They quit using them. So when I change the handlebars, I'm going to lose them. And the suspension up there isn't that great anyway. And I already have this gold valve set up, which was set up from my other bike, which is the same. I'm just going to put it in this one. The other bike, I put in cartridges from Progressive like you did. And they're fine. They're better than stock.
Right.
Yeah, nothing makes this suspension on these things great. Yep.
But
they're not bad. I like them.